Hello my friends, in this video we're going to talk about cultures in 2025, of course in Mount and Blade Bannerlord. First of all, we're going to go for Battanians. Battanians have 50% less speed penalty and 15% sight range bonus in forest. Towns owned by Battanians rulers have +1 militia production and 10% slower build rate for town projects in settlements. So first of all, it says that you are going to do better in forest. Forests are your friend. Vlandian lands, Sturgian and Empire lands have forests. Of course, Battanians also have forests. But Khuzaits and Aserai don't have forests, so this doesn't help you there. Towns owned by Battanian rulers have 1 militia production, so it means that if you have a town, you're going to have this +1 militia production, but the towns grow slower. A lot of people say Battanians are the best, but I think that okay, this forest buff is good, but then this is late game, because when you're going to own a town, at the end of the game you are going to have this plus point, and it doesn't help you early on. Plus your towns are going to be always behind everybody else. I mean, every year you're going to lose a month, something like that. So I don't think this is a good choice for beginners. Then we go to Khuzaits. Khuzaits can upgrade mounted troops 10% cheaper, and the villages that have horse, mule and cow and sheep, in general livestock, you're going to get 25% more production. Of course, depending on the price, you're going to get more money here, and then 20% less tax income from towns. So owning towns give you 20% less, and owning these kind of villages is your desire. And then of course you're going to hoard a lot of horses, you're going to be mobile, you're going to be pursued, you're going to go and raid. This is what you're going to do, hit and run tactics. This is the Khuzait. So if someone wants horse riding and likes horse archery, backshot, these things, of course Khuzait is for them. Forming an empire would be a little bit challenging. Of course you'll need a mix of troops. Yeah, that's Khuzait for you. Then we have Aserai. So Aserai is sort of merchants. The caravans are 30% cheaper to build, 10% less trade penalty, no speed penalty in desert, and the wages for your troops are 5% more. So yeah, caravans are cheaper, trade is more profitable, and you want to build your first empire in desert, but in general you need 5% more than everybody else to mount troops, and Aserai troops are not that good. Of course you can use other cultures soldiers for Aserai, but you definitely want to start your empire in the desert. That's what you should do. So if you are employed to your lord in the desert, somehow you have to do a revolt. Plan early. Anyways, we're going to empire, and here we have 20% less garrison troop wage, and then being in the army gives you more influence. Village hearts are increasing 20% less, so this is not good. Okay, 20% garrison troop wage for your town or castle is good, but it's sort of very defensive, and being in the army, just sitting duck going around with the army, is not also a very good strategy. And then if your villages get hit, you are in the center of the map and targeted by everybody, you are going to have, if one time your village is hit, you're going to have more problem. So if you want to defend your village, you cannot be in the army, so this is cancelled. And if you are you have to put a lot of troops in your, it doesn't work out. It's not that good. Plus for early game, yeah, you can park a lot of troops in your castle and pay them 20% less, but in general for early game this is also going to be challenging if you want to jumpstart your own empire. This is going to prove challenging. Not good for starters. Sturgians. Sort of great hidden army. Recruiting and upgrading infantry troops are 25% cheaper, so it means you're going to have a lot of cheap infantry, which is cheaper than the cavalry also. And then armies lose 20% less daily cohesion. You're gonna want a lot of mules though, but so you can make a big army of infantry, and then carry them more on the map because you lose less cohesion daily. And of course, when you do something, 20% more relationship penalty. This is good. Sturgians are good. If you are not so to cavalry, because cavalry gives you mobility and shock, but in general Sturgians are very good, give you a good army. This is a good faction for starters, definitely recommended. And then Vlandians, they get 5% more renown from battle, 15% more income while serving as a mercenary. This is the both things that you need in the early game. So they are very OP early game. They really help you to rank up very fast. So for the starters, for the people who just start the game, I believe Vlandians with this setup are going to give you a standard mountain blade experience. Here we have 10% production bonus to the villages that are bound to a castle. Again, another one. You can go and prey on a castle that has just recently been taken over, and then start your own kingdom very quickly. I mean, yes, you can go with other ways and get to marry another lord's daughter and get to the king's seat very easily in that manner. But in general, if you want a standard mountain blade experience where you go and capture your own land yourself and you start your own kingdom, this gives you the renown and gives you the money while you are a mercenary, not bound by oath to another king. And you can get a castle, and the villages that you get with the castle is going to give you a lot more goods. So if you are into the king thing, I mean, you are the king, the influence for forming armies is not going to be that of a big problem to me. So Vlandians are my choice when I want to start the campaign and I want to relax. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the explanation of the cultures in the game from my point of view. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and until the next one.